Hello students, welcome to my video lectures. Myself Dr. Shubhendu Mujumdar, Assistant Professor in the Department of Zoology of Shibpur Dinabandhu Institution College. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss on the structure of integument. Integumentary system comprises of skin and its associated structures. Skin is the largest organ of the body, accounting for 12 to 15% of the body weight and covers 1.5 to 2 square meter of surface area. It is composed of two major layers, that is epidermis and dermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin made up of keratinized, stratified, squamous epithelial cells. Now, there are 4 to 5 layers of epidermis. These layers are stratum corneum, stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, and the innermost layer is known as stratum basale or stratum germinativum. Now, let us understand the structure of each of these layers in a little more detail. The first layer is known as stratum corneum, which is also known as cornified layer. It is composed of 10 to 30 layers of highly differentiated keratinocytes known as corneocytes. These cells are filled with water retaining keratin proteins. Hence, this layer enables the skin to act as a barrier against most of the external agents. The second layer is known as stratum lucidum, which is basically a clear and translucent layer. This is a narrow layer and found only on the palms and soles. The epidermis of palms and soles are called thick skin due to the presence of this extra layer. The third layer is known as stratum granulosum or granular layer. This is a thin layer of cells in the epidermis. Keratinocytes migrating from the underlying stratum spinosum become known as granular cells in this layer. These cells of stratum granulosum accumulate dense basophilic keratohyalin granules. These granules contain lipids which, along with the desmosomal connections, help to form a waterproof barrier that function to prevent fluid loss from the body. This layer is not present in all regions of the skin, particularly where the skin is very thin. Next, the fourth layer is known as stratum spinosum or spinous layer. This is the fourth layer and present above the stratum basale. Here, the cells have prominent cell junctions called desmosomes, which appear as spiky membrane projections of the cells. Hence, these cells are commonly known as prickle cells. These desmosomes are protein complexes which firmly attach the keratinocytes to their surrounding cells, thereby providing structural integrity. The fifth and the innermost layer of epidermis is known as stratum basale or stratum germinativum, which is also commonly known as basal or germinal layer. Histologically, this layer consists of single layer of cuboidal keratinocytes which are directly attached to the dermis. The two main functions of this layer are generation of all cells of the epidermis through proliferation, and second, attachment of epidermis to the dermis layer. Now, this epidermis is composed of multiple layers of flattened cells that overlie a base layer, that is stratum basale, and composed of perpendicularly arranged columnar cells. Four types of cells are present in this epidermal layer. What are those cells? These are keratinocytes, Langerhans cells, melanocytes, and Merkel cells. Keratinocytes, they are the main cells of the epidermis. They constitute 90% of the epidermal cells and form the outermost layer of the skin. Here you can see the dead keratinocytes. They produce a fibrous protein called keratin, which helps in skin protection. These cells form a barrier against environmental damage, viruses, and pathogens. Langerhans cells are a kind of macrophages and are present in all layers of epidermis, being most prominent in stratum spinosum. Here you can see this is the Langerhans cell. In case of skin infections, the local Langerhans cells become functional and act as antigen presenting cells. The third type of cell is melanocytes. These are melanin producing cells located at the bottom layer of epidermis beneath the keratinocytes. And the fourth type of cells are Merkel cells. Merkel cells are also known as Merkel-Ranvier cells or tactile epithelial cells. These are oval-shaped mechanoreceptors which help to sense light touch sensations. Therefore, these cells are abundant in highly sensitive skins like fingertips of human beings. So this is the overall structures, different layers and cells of epidermis. The function of epidermis is it protects against water loss, regulates gas exchange, secretes metabolic compounds, and protects the body from mechanical injury. The next layer beneath epidermis is known as dermis. Again, dermis is also composed of two layers, that is the papillary layer and the reticular layer. The papillary layer is the superficial layer, this one, superficial layer of dermis adjacent to epidermis. It contains numerous finger-like projections called papillae, hence this layer is called as papillary layer. This papillae which extends, here you can see all these finger-like projections, these are known as papillae. Okay. This papillae extend towards epidermis to make a tight connection with the epidermis. This layer also contains loosely arranged collagen fibers, blood capillaries, and tactile Meissner's corpuscles. The next deep and thicker area of dermis is known as reticular layer, which is present beneath the papillary layer. This layer is known as the reticular layer. This is a layer which contains dense network of collagen, elastic and reticular fibers. Hence the layer is called reticular layer. This layer mainly provides strength to the dermis. This dermis layer also contains different types of cells, of which three are major types of cells. These are fibroblasts, macrophages and mast cells. Fibroblasts are special types of cells which synthesizes extracellular matrix and provides the structural framework for animal tissues. These cells play critical roles in wound healing. The second type of dermal cells are macrophages. This macrophage term came from two Greek terminologies. Macros means large and phagi means to eat. So these are a type of white blood cells of the immune system which engulfs and digests the cellular debris, foreign substances, microbes, etc. through phagocytosis. The third type of cell is the mast cells. These are also known as mastocyte or labrocyte. These are migrant cells of connective tissue that contains many granules rich in histamine and heparin. These cells are similar to basophils in appearance and function. Mast cells play a key role in the inflammatory processes. So this is the structure of dermis, different layers and cells present in the dermis. And the main function of the dermis is to provide flexibility and strength to the skin. So now, if you see at this picture, this diagram, you will understand this is a summary of what I have said till now. There are two layers in integument. One is epidermis, the other one is dermis. Epidermis contains several layers: horny cell layer, granular cell layer, prickle cell layer and the basal cell layer. And the dermis contains two main layers. These are papillary layer and the reticular layer. You can see all the dermal cells are mostly present in the papillary layer, while the reticular layer is containing different types of fibers. If we summarize the functions of different layers of the integument, epidermis mainly protects dermis from trauma and chemicals, controls permeability of skin, prevents water loss, synthesizes vitamin D3, helps to feel the touch, pressure, pain and temperature through sensory receptors, and coordinates immune response to pathogens. And the function of dermis, the main function of papillary layer is to support and nourish the epidermis, and the functions of reticular layer is to restrict the spread of pathogen that are capable of penetrating the epidermis. Then it stores lipid reserves, help in the attachment of skin with deeper tissues, feel touch, pressure, pain, vibration and temperature through sensory receptors, and the blood vessels present in this layer helps in thermoregulation. So if we simply try to understand the function of integument, overall function of the integument is it has got protective function. It is the first line of defense against infection, pathogens, harmful radiations, etc. It has also got some sensory function. The free nerve endings present in the skin are sensitive to heat, cold, pain and touch. It has got secretory function. Sweat and sebum are secreted from the integumentary glands. Sweat helps in temperature regulation while the sebum makes the skin smooth. Then there are heat regulatory function. Sweat and cutaneous blood flow help in regulation of body heat. Excretory function. Some amount of metabolic nitrogenous wastes are excreted through the secretion of integumentary glands. Synthetic function. We all know that skin synthesizes vitamin D and melanin. And water balance. Skin plays an important role in maintaining water balance of the body by regulating perspiration. These are some of the selected references. You can follow these links and those books. And thank you for watching this video lecture. Hope this was useful for you.